Why, hello. How's everybody doing? It's Saturday. And what a Saturday it is. Today's gonna be an interesting day. But how y'all doing? How y'all doing? And welcome. Oh, it's been a crazy week. It's nice to be back after a week off, and I think the last stream I did was 2 weeks ago as well. So it's been a hot minute. But we're gonna have a good time today. And VTchaos is officially launching. As a reminder, chat commands are active. So if you want to use those, you can. We'll just be playing with them. Yep, okay, they're all working just fine. Cool. Got some new groovy music today that is pretty awesome, if I do say so myself. Like, this is some good stuff. A lot's also happened in the last few weeks. Things like VTchojo announcing auditions. That's something that we're going to talk about, that I did not see that coming. That's for sure. That was definitely something new to me. But hey. Oh man, that's just so interesting. Hololive 2 or Gen 2 was revealed, and there's been a lot of talk about that. Especially, yeah, there's just been a lot of talk about Hololive Gen 2, and people do not seem to be anywhere near as excited for them as I expected. Now, part of this is probably due to like viewer burnout and some stuff, but we'll get into that as well. And I think I think the end of the stream we will be talking about VTchaos, because that's kind of the big thing for today. And I think as soon as this live stream is over, I'm going to publish that video. Maybe we'll even publish it during the stream. Who knows? It's gonna be good. Man, this music is so good. And also, I think YouTube is YouTube's having some issues today, that's for sure. We'll see if anything actually works. All right, let's start off with let's start off with Hololive. Why not? So good old Hololive Gen 2 was announced / shown off last week, called the lovely Holo Council. Oh, I guess it was only 4 days ago, so it was still this week. Oh, so just gonna... Cool. And we've got some interesting designs. And I say interesting because I don't think they're bad or good. I just think they're unique. Let's see if I can get a good picture up on screen. Images, please. Sure, this will work. All right. We're gonna put whatever Kita picture Oh, that's a window. We don't want the window up there. But we'll talk about that later. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. We want you. Oh, that's my Gloria's face. But what we really want is this. Boom. Got it. There we go. So you should be underneath the chat. So we're just gonna get that fixed real quick. Okay, cool. Should be under chat. So yeah, good old Hollow Council grand debut was 4 days ago. And I like how different they all look. I really do. We're gonna, I still don't have their names memorized. I'm sure that'll change over time. But my favorite is definitely the glorious one here on the right. I don't know why, but her design in particular just is spectacular to me. Let's do this. Yeah, there we go. Of Hollow Council up behind us. Boom. Check it out. Perfect. And we'll just move this around as needed. So I really like her design. It's got like the her design's like what I would imagine like a fantasy counterpart like Rogue to be. So let me, there we go. I had to adjust my phone because it was falling. Like, if I was playing D&D and I saw someone use this as like a character image, I think it would fit right in. I think it's fantastic. Next up, whoops. Didn't mean to move you. You stay right over there. Okay, cool. Next up is this one. She's got an interesting design. Her hair is definitely unique. Almost like a, this might sound bad, but it's almost like a pair of tweezers on the top of her head that you could use to like unscrew something. But again, this is a fine design. I do find it kind of funny. Like if you compare her to anyone else, her proportions seem to be a little off. Like she's exceptionally thin and tall. So that's an interesting design choice. This one, hey WimSimX, how you doing? I'm just going over the Hollow Council. I like this one. This one's probably my second, just because she's fun. It's like a fun, playful design. I don't really have too much to say about it other than that. It's just good. Yeah, I'm really I'm struggling to think of more things to say. It's a solid, playful design that isn't like too fantastic. Like the clothing is pretty good, but I just like how mismatched all of it is. It's just good. Hey, what's up, Mega? How you doing? As a reminder, chat command. Oh, I should probably put this in the title, just so that way I don't have to say it too many times. But chat commands are active. Boom. So you guys can go ham with those commands if you want. All of them are in the description too, by the way. And then we got her. I should look up their names. Hold on. Let's look up Hollow Council names. The best part about the new commands is reset will always change to this location. So, and I can set that at any time. So if I move over here, you know, off screen, and then the good old reset command is triggered, I just go back to being in frame. So it just works now. And you can change that to be whatever you want. All of this is going to go live in about a little less than 2 hours. All right, let's actually refer to these people by their names. All right, so we are currently looking at Tsukoma Sana. Okay, out of all of them, I think I like her design. I like her design overall. It's kind of simplistic compared to everyone else's. Like, there's not too much going on, but I kind of appreciate that. It's just good, simple, looks nice. I really want to see how like all of them are going to be moving around and stuff. So I do find it funny that none of these designs really seem to fit in with each other. Well, I shouldn't say none of them, but like these two over here, their designs look like they're from the same universe as this one over here. Like the outfit that like kind of almost like fantasy adventuring party. That's how I would describe it. Is like they're off on an adventure, and then we got a playful child in the middle here, and then we got someone who's definitely dressed like a goddess out of an anime over here. So the cohesive design is not quite here, but you know what? I'm kind of on board with that. Because at the end of the day, like, yeah, they're a group, but I mean, how much? Hold on, let's pull up the original Hololive myth picture. I want to do a comparison because something I've been seeing a lot of is all the designs don't quite fit with each other like like Gen 1 did, and I'm sitting here like, is that actually true? Is it true? Let's find out. Okay, VTube Studio logo, we're replacing you with a Hollow Myth picture. Boom. Okay, let's get the good old YouTube logo out of the way. Yeah, let's just put them side by side, shall we? I mean, I don't think I think Gen 1 is definitely less cohesive. I mean, let's blow this one up a little bit, and let's see. Let's put you on top. There we go. So we got Hollow Live Gen 1 down here and Hollow Council up here. I'll move myself out of the way. And let's move the desk. Can I move the desk? Oh, I locked it. Boom. Man, I'm gonna have to rearrange my whole stream setup in a little bit. But that's okay. Let's see, where is... There we go. All right, we got it. So Hollow Myth. There's not a lot of continuity here. I'm not gonna lie. Like, yeah, there's some. Like, if you look at Nina Ines, or Nina Inanis, and then Takanashi Kiara, like, they don't really look like they're from the same type of place. I don't know. The design cohesion isn't quite there. Like, if you put Ina and Calliope together, they kind of match. If you put Takanashi, or if you put Kiara and Amelia next together, they kind of match. And Gura actually kind of also matches in that little group. But like the design cohesion isn't quite there. I guess their faces all look similar. That's something that could be a case you could make, is that the faces look similar. Oh, whoops, human is actually not active. Let me remove that one from there. That command is currently not in the thing. Yeah, I forgot that I removed that for the public release because it's in my personal version, but I don't have that button active for the public testing. So sorry about that. But yeah, if anything, I think that the I'm adopted. Oof. Okay, that caught me off guard. Well played. That's funny. That's funny. You know, now that I think about it, I think that Gen 2 actually has slightly more cohesion than Gen 1 did. Like, there's at least 3 of the members are obviously similar design. The other 2 are kind of out there. But I really could see this as like, I don't know, the more I look at the picture, the more I think like, yeah, it's actually got a cohesive design, because I can see it framed as an anime where you got like, they're supposed to be like gods or world administrators or something like that, I think is their lore. So I could buy the, like, just imagine an anime opening with this group of people gathered around a table. You have the 3 people that are obviously supposed to be there, the 3 that have matching designs. You have one who's like, she's the Ara character of the group. And then, hey, what's up, Ryukat? Welcome. How you doing? And then you got the child deity in the middle there. So yeah, I buy it. I actually think their designs are pretty cohesive if you look at it from that standpoint. But one thing I will say, I definitely will say, is if you look at the difference in designs, hers, which is, I still need to names. That is Ceresfana. Her design looks like way more complicated than everyone else's, and definitely by a artist who put a lot more detail into theirs. You have a question how to be I have, that sentence hurts me a little bit, sorry. I have an in question how to use VTuber and help me discover all my okay, what's your question? Make Livestream VTuber app? I have a video on that. I have a few videos on that. I use VTube Studio. That's what you're seeing right here. But the freest and easiest one is one called VMagic Mirror, which I actually made a video on fairly recently, actually. It's only an app and no PC. Oh, Reality is a VTubing app that doesn't need a PC. But it's not useful on every phone, so. Okay. Oops, what did I just, oh, I just shrink that. I'm gonna shrink this one. We'll just keep these guys kind of up in the background. Boom. Whoops, I just moved something that I didn't mean to. All right, there we go. We need our desk back because it's a slightly different color. Perfect. Wait, where's my desk? Because you have a problem with your computer. If you're having a problem with VTubing on your computer because it's like too intensive, I don't know what to tell you too much about that. Did you hear about Reality? Yeah, I've tried. Yeah, Reality is going to be your best bet for your phone. Yeah, Reality is the only app that I'm aware of that lets you just stream and use a VTuber on the same app. So I don't think there's another one that lets you like animate a model and live stream at the same time, but I might be wrong. Admittedly, I haven't explored too many of the phone apps. On a live streaming in Twitch as VTuber only phone. Is there a way to do that? There's got to be a way. I'm trying to think now. Is there a program that lets you do that? I don't think there's a VTubing app that's been set up for that. If you can only use a phone, then I don't know if you can do that. I'm sorry. I'm scanning my brain for any apps. Is VirtualCast an app? What? You know what? Now I'm actually curious. Now VirtualCast is on Steam. Oh, if you don't need to download it, yeah, there's actually a website called Kaleidoface 3D. You don't have to download anything for that one. That one will animate a model, so you don't have to use VMagic Mirror VCFace. If you can still stream, if you can still run OBS or Streamlabs, then you can just use that site to stream. Because that will use, that has a model, it can animate, but you don't have to download it. So there you go. Hopefully that helps. I also have a video on how to use that, by the way. So, because that it can be slightly confusing. Not too bad. It's pretty easy to use compared to a lot of other sites. But hey, no problem, man. That's why we are here. And I just spilled my water everywhere. Okay, well. You only have StreamYard and Restream? Oh, you have... Oh, I used Restream for a little bit. Restream was an interesting time in the life. Train of thought. Okay, so yeah, so that's my thoughts on HoloLive Gen 2. So something that's interesting about HoloLive in general, I see a lot of the conversation tends towards the quality of rigging for models from HoloLive. They're kind of flat and two-dimensional, I guess. You can use a 3D avatar there, RyuCat. So if you have a 3D avatar, you can use it there. So yeah, I was watching a talk show yesterday by a bunch of, yeah, it accepts Vroid. But I was watching a VTuber talk show yesterday, and they were talking about a lot of stuff, and I really wanted to chime in and talk about that. You'll have to watch the video, Ryucat, that I made on it. And one of the things they brought up was Hololive should have spent more on like getting the models rigged by some fantastic people. And it does make me wonder who they like kind of contracted to get that done. Because if there's one thing that's consistent with Gen 1 models is they all move in a very specific manner. So some do seem to be better than others. And then they also brought up Iris's model. Which again has a little bit of weird movement stuff going on. Ryucat, I have a video on how to use the website, and you'll have to use OBS to stream it. That's something you're gonna have to Google on your own. So that's about the limit of my help with that one. There's a lot of YouTubers that will tell you how to stream websites and stuff. I'm big. So big. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think their rigging is bad. I think their rigging is better than a lot of other people's. That's for sure. And it's definitely consistent. So do I think that Hololive should have like really shelled out for something like that? I don't think so. I think what the heck just happened? My screen went black for a second, but I think we're still here. Are we still here? Yeah, we're still here. Okay, we're good. We're good. But the one question I have is does Hololive really need to be the best of the best? I have a feeling that like the amount of time it would take for them to research and find someone new and have them have a contract and all this other junk makes it so that they can't always get the best of the best, because the best of the best are going to be some random dude on the internet who just pours his heart and soul into making everything amazing. A random person, I shouldn't say dude, random person on the internet who's going to put their heart and soul into making something truly special every time. But he's probably inconsistent with times and maybe like flaky with responding, and I don't think Hololive can deal with that, you know? Like they're just, that's not their business model. They don't want to wait, you know, 4 or 5 months to get things done. They probably just go for what's like 80% of the way there, works and is solid, and runs with it. But we'll see. I do think that their quality will go up over time, and if they ever get like secondary models, like if you look at the new Hololive costumes compared to the original ones, they all do seem to be a little bit better. So I do think the quality goes up over time. So we'll see. I think that it's only a matter of time before the people who are really consistent, which are the people that Hololive wants to work with, would be like, I think they'll catch up to like these indie superstars that are making things great. Like imagine if Hololive start contracted Iron Vertex. Maybe Iron Vertex is now like a solid enough partner and a big enough like group that they would consider working with them. I can interview good sir, my live stream podcast. What's the better one? I'm not doing new interviews right now. I actually just did one not too long ago. I think a few days ago, actually. Was it a few days ago or was it last week? It was last week. What's the better one? I don't know what that's in reference to. But yeah, we'll see the increase in quality go up over time. I'm excited. I think it's just gonna get better and better. But I also think that Hololive's primary focus is more of the 3D like live show aspect, which we haven't seen happen with Hololive English. So maybe that's not what they're going for. But I would have to imagine that eventually they're gonna want to put on a big show with all the English stars, potentially with 3D models and stuff. I have to imagine that that is coming. Oh, hello, cat. Hey. Come on, cat. Come here. Come on. Come say hi to the stream. Come on. Yeah, man. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Hey, buddy. Oh, come on. It's okay. I'm just trying to show you the stream. Okay. Nope, he's not in the mood. Him and Carl are chasing each other around the apartment. So I guess they're too busy to say hi to the stream. If he ever settles down, I'll hook in the kitten cam. Because he has a little perch that I have a webcam position for to look at. So if he does settle down, we can hook that up. Give you the cat. I mean, I can give you a picture of cats. Does that count? We can switch the holo pictures to cats now. Who is oh, someone pinged me. That's fine. Yeah, let's throw some pictures of cats up there, shall we? Well, yeah, there's Habanero. And then let's get a picture of Carl because they're both just cute. And let's put them up there, shall we? So we have, wait, what the heck? Where did I save those pictures to? Where'd they go? Oh, I'm don't worry about it. Gosh dang it. I didn't save them as pictures. How did I not save them as like actual photos? I have no idea how I pulled that off, but you know what? That's fine. So we got good old Habanero chilling up there. Oh, wow, that's a big photo. Hey, what's up, Emlo? How you doing? There's Cat 1 in his best sleeping position. And there's Cat 2 in his best sleeping position. There you go. There's the kittens. I'm a big cat. I love that the chat app just works. And that I can just leave it up and it's never gonna be intrusive. Like, it's so tiny. I wish I had a good, so I'm trying to show you like a good example of like how big this little app is. Did I lock it? I need to shrink you, please. How? Ah! Excuse me. Oh, I did lock it. That's why. It's like that big. This is how big the actual application is. It's tiny. I wish I had a graphic that would like light up whenever you push one of the buttons. That would be a cool stream idea. Maybe I'll have to work on that in the future, because that would be pretty sweet. The thing I'm actually looking forward to most about the whole VTchaos app is when items become a thing, because that, oh baby, that's gonna be cool. So like, it's like, imagine your chat command could like make items appear or disappear. That would be so cool. That'd be sick. I want that so bad. I know that he's mentioned that he wants to do it in the future for like backgrounds and other stuff. So like basically everything that you can already assign a hotkey, you're going to be able to like create I want to create like a chat command for. So I think that's just going to be fantastic. But oh, you know what we'll do. I want to talk about more about VTchaos in a little bit, but I think what I also want to do is show off the little video I made for it for Twitter. Why, hello, the pack of wasabi beans. How you doing? How you doing? Yeah, we have my two cats on screen right now. My beautiful, beautiful fur balls. One of them, this model is actually based on. Oops. Oh, I'm so small. Oh, I'm so tiny. I'm so tiny. I'm just gonna groove as a tiny little blip on the screen that you can't even see. Now I'm big. So the funny thing is if you put in a command while I'm spinning, there's a chance that it'll kind of like break and make me go sideways. I thought I should maybe take the flip command and make it so it's only 90 degrees, because then it's slightly less disruptive, but you can also like, if people spam it, it goes by faster. Yeah, the spin is definitely one of the best ones, that's for sure. I had to manually program all of these, though. Now that I think about it, if I where's the pet button? There is no pet button yet. When I can spawn in items like hands and stuff, then you can like spawn in like a hand, like a GIF or something that'll pet the cat. It's gonna have to be, that one's gonna require some work, because depending on what you want, you're gonna have to make it reference the model position and not just spawn in at random. But we'll see, we'll see. The next step that I really want to try and focus on, and it's going to take a lot of work, but I think it's going to be really worth it in the end, is figuring out how to let people change the commands. What do I mean by manually programmed? So what I mean by that is the spin command is actually a chain of like 20 commands to get like back to back, because you can't just tell the model to rotate a full 360 degrees. It just doesn't do that. So you have to put in a lot of intermediary points where, oh, actually, now that I think about it, I could have just done a, no, no, actually you could now, you could, because if you, unrelated programming jargon, well, I just, in the function that runs it, I just defined the 4 turns and then just ran that function 4 times or whatever. So it's not a whole lot of lines of code. So actually what you could do, you know, this is getting into techno talk, I guess, but if you turn the relative to model flare on, then it would work, because it would do 360 degrees relative to your model, so it would spin the full 360. I just realized that, so I could use that to clean up the code a little bit. But we'll see. There's a whole bunch of stuff actually in the code of the app that's being released. There's a whole bunch of other codes that they're technically still in there. They're just not active. You can't access them because I didn't think they would work for everyone quite yet. Also, the center command is the center of the screen within YouTube or within OBS. So that is the exact middle of my OBS screen. And it takes the center of your model and moves the center of that point. So my center is always a little bit off because it takes the difference between my tail and my, like, the left side of my cheek, and that's the center. So my center is actually like right where my right cheek is. Fun little fact. Little chubby cheeks. Hey. You call me chubby? Oops, where's the button? You call me chubby? How dare you? Oh, I love all these commands so much. I can actually have good cat eyes. I need to use my commands more often. Big head, hard eyes, all that fun stuff. Yeah, I could use a for loop. I do think that the way that I just described, though, is just setting the relative to model flag on is probably easier. I still need to take a look at your code. So if I'm being honest, trying to read anyone's code other than mine is a little difficult. I'm not quite at the point where I can just understand things that I haven't written. But we're almost there. Good times. Well, oh, it goes live in a little over an hour. Oh gosh. I just hope that it works for everyone. And I hope that everyone likes using it, because that's ultimately, at the end of the day, I made it so that other people could enjoy using this fun stuff, having fun with it on stream. And I really do hope that people just go for it. I still need to figure out what to put on Reddit to advertise it, I guess. I don't know if you're allowed to put stuff like this on the virtual YouTuber subreddit, but hey, who knows? Maybe they'll let me get away with it. I mean, it is related to virtual YouTubing, you know? You can only do this with VTube Studio, which is the live 2D app that literally everyone and their dog uses. So, we'll see. I know the developer already wants to tweet it out. So, like the developer of VTube Studio, him and I have talked a little bit, just a little bit. And so he's super supportive of it, which is great. And like I said, I spent so much time trying to make this as easy as I possibly could, because I don't know programming. So many other people don't know programming. I didn't want this to be something where you had to do like 5 billion steps to get it to work. I just wanted you to download it, run it, and have it work. That was my whole goal, you know? So what's doing this, Wasabi? What's those chat commands? I made a program that lets you do that. That's what, here, I'll put it on screen for a second. So this little thing, I'll blow it up. This is a program running on my desktop right now. This is what it looks like. Super simple. No, nothing crazy. To make it so that anyone can use this program, like, so if you stream on YouTube and use VTube Studio, you could just use this. It's free. You can do whatever you want with it. To get this to work, you push authentication, which will make a pop-up show up in VTube Studio. I can just show you. It doesn't do anything to have it happen twice. See, makes this window pop up. You click allow, and you're basically done. Now you can either manually trigger all these commands. Like, you can trigger all the commands if you want. Oops, I just shrunk it. There we go. And then to make it work with a live stream, you just push the live stream button and put in the live stream ID, which is in, you know, the title. Rainbow, try it out. Do exclamation mark rainbow. And you'll see what it does. That's what rainbow does. Also, I want to help because I think you could add, or I can help add really cool stuff. Well, I'm open to stuff like that. MLO. Well, I'm still trying to decide just how to best do things like this. I think there's some more commands I want to add manually before I start accepting like help. Just because I want to make sure that I know what I'm doing in its entirety. So if I break something, I know how to fix it. Because right now, if I take someone else's code and just put it in there, I don't know if it's going to work within my framework. Not that my framework's really crazy or super difficult or anything like that. It's probably super messy and absolutely not optimized, but we will see. We will see. Also, I need to figure out how to do like the whole GitHub contributions things. That's something I need to learn. That's ideally how I'd want to do it. But yeah, Rainbow makes you RGB. Right now, those 7 commands that you see, the flip, reset, big, small, center, spin, rainbow, those are the only commands that people can use. But I want to add a lot more. And ideally, the thing I want to let people do is change those words. That's what I would really like to have happen. And I have an idea on how to do it, but again, I just learned programming. So but thankfully adding new commands is easy for me now. So once I get like I just want to make sure that it works on people's computers before I start going ham on it, you know? Because once it works, adding more stuff is easy. but it's the initial, like, I just want to make sure everything works and stuff like that. Like future down the road, what I would love to do is be able to figure out a way to let people command, like, to make their own easily. But that's like that would require such a crazy user interface that I don't think I could do it, not in any reasonable amount of time. So I'd rather just add a whole lot of buttons that like do cool things and just give people a giant option of stuff to play with. And you know, if it does get popular, which I'm hoping it will, but I also don't expect it to, then I will consider putting a lot more like time into it, and to see, like, first of all, I'd find someone to just make it look nice, because right now, I mean, there's nothing wrong with how it looks, I guess. It's just the tiny little window has some buttons that do things. It's not pretty, but it's just functional. And it's so small that like you can just set it off to the side of the screen somewhere and never look at it. Doesn't even have to be the front window to work. It's just there. And also the interface is a little laggy. It's actually doing pretty good today, but yeah, it works. It works. So yeah, that's what comes out in an hour. So I might publish the video just slightly before it. Well, I'll actually make the video go public as soon as this live stream ends, is what I'm planning on. And whenever that is, you can already see how to use it and stuff if you are on the Discord. By the way, those who aren't in the Discord should join the Discord. Link is in the description. But we'll see. I'm just so nervous that it's just not going to work on a. I tested it as much as I could. Oh, but you know, as soon as it's out in the wild, you just know something's going to happen. It's just going to explode or something. Well, I'm changing. We need high energy music today, because I am tired. I was up a little too late thinking about this and double and triple checking to make sure that it was like good to go. Oh, blah, 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 blah. In other news, we'll change the subject slightly here for just a second. Sorry, I love this music. We did take a week off last week. Came back this week strong. Newest vid is about Twitch versus YouTube. And it's our worst performing video of the year. Oh, I love it. YouTube is such a fickle mistress, but I do think it's my best one of the year. So, you know, we'll take that. Oh, do I finally get to see my engagement data? Did I get what I wanted? Oh, we did it. It's one of our highest highest retention videos. Let's go. That was the goal. We did it. We did it. Oh, feels good. Feels good. Oh, I'm so happy with that. So all my random cuts. Wow. Oh, baby. Okay, so it's not like one of my super highest, but it's one of my highest that still has people watching at the 30-second mark. and I'm happy about that. You can have a file in which people can paste functions into, and then Tkinter just generates a button like simple scripting. You have a button text. Yeah, I could, but the problem is I need to make sure that I'd have to have documentation up of like, this is how you program a command. And inevitably someone who doesn't know programming like I didn't will try and put in a bad command, and I don't know how to test for that on the fly. One thing I might just have to accept is that I won't be able to make what I want for a long time. So that's okay. Oh. Oh yeah, we got a VTchojo. We got a VTchojo video coming out soon. Planning on making that today / tomorrow. That's something we can definitely talk about, is VTchojo auditions. That's something that I did not see coming. Kind of caught me completely by surprise. I thought VTchojo was just kind of like a VTuber friend group that pulled together, maybe made some merch together. But the fact that they're recruiting now, like, that's something else. They're definitely the biggest group to go against Hololive, I think, in the EN sphere. Like, they're bigger than Nijisanji over here. All their players are superstars. Nijisanji might overtake them in the end, but like when you've got people like Iron Mouse, Project Melody, and Nyanners, that's a superstar lineup. That's nothing to scoff at. That's a lot of high subscriber, high visibility people. Like it's huge. But as always, my question is, why are they recruiting? And what do they get out of it? And what do you get out of it? Like, it makes more sense for small VTubers, right? Because getting to work with Iron Mouse, Nyanners, all of them, that's a big opportunity for a lot more eyeballs on your content. But what does VTchojo get out of it? That's always my question. So like, do they like get a big portion of your merch? Do they make you have merch in the style that they want? I'm not worried about like what type of content you can make, because I think you're pretty much good to go in anything with that regard. So no worries there. And I think the thing I think is interesting is I don't think they're giving you a model. I think you have to have one. Like, this is very much a VTubers joining other VTubers, not a startup like Hololive. Like, we're gonna give you everything. I really don't think it's like that. We'll see. We'll see. We have a full month to do. Yeah, I think we have a full month for auditions. I also wonder if they're going to be inviting any guys into the group, or if they're going to keep it a female idol type. Well, not idol, a female content creator group. Well, that's something I'm curious about. I do just think that I think they might allow guys in. It just really depends on what your kind of humor style is, because if it meshes with theirs, they'll go for it. Like, the prime example to me is like Nyanners with Connor. Their chemistry is great, so if they find someone like that who wants to join, they probably will. You think they'll recruit with people with an already big channel? I think big is an arbitrary word. I do agree with you though. I think they will look for people with an already established channel. Like, I don't think you'll have to have, you know, 50,000 subs to be able to join, but I do think that you'll probably have to have at least 1,000 like followers on Twitch, 1,000 subs on YouTube, like some measure of success that shows that you're either growing or able to grow, because that's probably what they care about. I think people could be, you know how to write that word. I don't know. Your word choice was fine. When I just say established, because like, okay, so this is going to sound like I'm being elitist. It's not my intention, but I have to word this very carefully. If you're under like 500 followers on Twitch, 1,000 subs on YouTube, so this kind of includes myself here, you're not an established streamer. Like, you're still just starting out. That's how I feel about content creation. Is, yeah, numbers shouldn't matter, but they do. So like, I mean, it even happens with me. If a 70 subscriber person walks in here and sees that I have 700, no matter what my skill level is, they assume I'm better. Like that, it's sad, but that's the assumption. You see a bigger number, you assume that they're doing something better. That's kind of how your initial knee-jerk reaction is. Like that's how I see. If like I'm looking at someone who has like, you know, 20,000 subs, it's like, okay, what are they doing that I can incorporate? Like, what can I learn from them? It doesn't matter if like my videos are better, like better edited, better quality. It doesn't really matter if like that's actually the case. You still look up to the person who has the bigger number. I feel the same pressure on Twitch, not gonna lie. Sometimes people contact me and I look at their content and their follows, and I know their content isn't that good, but their follower count is higher. Yeah, that's the real thing, is like something that's a real tough pill to swallow is quality does not always correlate to success. That's probably one of the toughest pills you can swallow, is quality just doesn't lead to success. Not always. I mean, like, I'll take an example. I'll take a good example. So like me and a friend have been streaming for a while. They grew way faster than I did, because they are really good at social media. I hate social media. I don't like being on it. I occasionally post funny stuff, which is why I'm still on it, but I don't like being on it. But because they're so good at it, they grew really fast, like really, like it was insane. Now, do I think that their content's the best? No. Do I think it's bad? No. But then I'll see someone that has like some crazy level of like, this is so cool on their stream or on their YouTube videos, and it's got like 10 views. So it's like, what? Like, this guy doing something amazing is down here streaming on Twitch for one viewer, whereas people who are doing what I'm doing right now, which is just talking to people, will have like hundreds, you know? So like the quality content, who freaking knows, man? you can do everything right and get nothing, and you can do everything wrong and get a lot. I'm not gonna say that like content creation is just luck, because I don't believe that. I do not believe that people who are really good at content will never see success. But I do believe that there's always a different path that you should probably go. So like for me, it's everything went better when I stopped streaming as much. Like I love doing my little weekly. Oh yeah, luck is definitely a factor. Luck is definitely a factor. But you can also manipulate your luck. Like luck doesn't have to be a just random chance. Like random luck is you making videos on whatever you want and just posting as much stuff as you can and hoping something works. That's one way to find luck, and that does work for some people. But in other luck, you can also look at it like how I did. So my first video that actually took off was about VTube Studio. Why was that the one that took off? Because I knew at the time VTube Studio was coming out on Steam. And yeah, other people made tutorials, but I decided like, you know what? It's having a big release. I'm going to make it all about what happens on that day. And I did everything I could to have it prepped and ready so that when VTube Studio went live, my video was the one that went live with it. And even though other people had already had all their videos, it just kind of worked out because I tailored mine to the release date of this developer, who retweeted it. And that got the ball rolling. Was that lucky? Yeah, but it's also a battle that I could potentially win. And I think that's what people need to do a lot more of, is identifying an opportunity that both you can obtain and has a reasonable chance of success. Because that's really where you get your big break. Is I feel like in content creation in general, you got to have something that gets eyeballs on you, like initially. Because before that, actually here, you know what? I feel bad because I always show analytics like all the freaking time. But I mean, that's just who I am, you know? That's just who I am. No. Oh, I almost clicked the end stream button. That is not the button I meant to press, sir. Whew. The end stream button is not the right button to push. All right. We're going to put up some analytics on the page, but we're not going to zoom in quite this far. There we go. We actually need to go back. Hold on. I'm setting up some custom parameters. I want from the beginning of 2021. Perfect. Okay, let's pop this sucker on screen, shall we? Bada bing, bada boom. Boop. Let's put this under. There we go. Move me down here. Okay, so this is the good old YouTube analytics. We all know what's going on here. So you see that gigantic spike at the very beginning of the year? That is the definition of random luck. That was from a single short video that for some unknown reason got 25,000 views. Why? I don't know. I don't know what I did, but it got a ton of views. And so I was like, oh, maybe I need to make a bunch more short videos. And I did. I pumped them out. I think I made one every day for like 2 weeks. And none of them ever did anything, and it just died after that. That was the definition of random luck, which can happen on YouTube. You can just get views for some reason, but since I didn't know what to do with it, I couldn't transition it into anything. So that was actually pretty depressing. Oh, that spike. That was more views than my channel had ever seen ever, like by a large amount. And then it crashed. But when I did the VTube studio shenanigans, which is right around, when did I publish it? Ah, there we go. April 8th. April 8th is when things started to go good for me. I was averaging 60 views a day once I posted that, and then another VTube studio video and got it retweeted by the developer. That's when things kind of started to pick up. But that's the kind of luck that I'm talking about. It's like, yeah, the timing was really good, and I feel like the video was also really good, but the luck of having something like that happen, that's something that I controlled. I controlled the opportunity that arrived. It was still lucky, don't get me wrong, it was still lucky, but that's the kind of luck that I think more people should try for, is not just screaming into the void and hoping someone hears. It's finding an opportunity, because there's a lot of stuff that can happen if you're just ready and willing to look for it. Same thing with nijisanji videos, by the way. Me and a buddy, Shoyu Hikaru, made nijisanji videos because no one had really made any talking about the audition process, which surprised me. People talked about the Hall Live one, but not nijisanji. So I ended up making 3 nijisanji videos, and that helped. That's what caused this next boost. And we've kind of plateaued since then. We're not really growing or shrinking. We're shrinking a little bit. Like I've probably stayed pretty consistent for the last little while, but those are the opportunities that you really need to look for. Oops. That's how you found me? That's how a lot of people found me, actually. I would have thought that it was more. Why, hello, humid pepperoni. Welcome, welcome. How you doing? But yeah, the nijisanji videos are how a ton of people found me, actually. And for the month of July, I think, yeah, for the month of July, that was what everyone knew me for. Like, that's how everyone found my channel. It was like 2/3 of my views came from just those 3 videos. But now that it's died down, we've kind of returned to the norm of I'm the VTube studio guy. That's my main source of stuff, and the tutorial, like how to do cheap and free VTubing. Those are the 2 niches that I kind of own right now. There's lots of other people who do tutorials like that, but that's what works for me. That's why I do stuff like that. I want to do more of the streaming advice type stuff that I've been doing recently. I really, really enjoy doing that, but it doesn't perform as well. Probably because I'm not big enough. And that makes sense, you know? It's like, well, why should I take your advice if you've got 700 subscribers? Like, what makes you think you know what you're doing, you know? Which is fair, you know? I definitely get that. I understand that mentality completely. It's like, yeah, just who does this guy think he is telling me how to run my content? It's fine. But I'm also just very transparent of like, this is how I think, this is how I do things. And so far it's been working for me, and that's why I continue to say stuff. You don't remember me. Humid pepperoni. No, okay. In your case, I think you know what you're talking about. So I'm gonna pull back the veil a little bit, but most of the stuff that I know and spout is because I've seen a lot of other people talking about it, or I've watched stuff happen. And like Harris Heller is probably the closest comparison, I would say, for like some of my more recent videos, like because they're in that sort of style, like that same type of information. Because I happen to agree with him about a lot of stuff, but I like watching a lot of different informational style channels, and that's what I use to kind of like form my opinion. And like I look at what they're doing, I look at what other people are doing, I compare that to what I've been doing, I try things, I test things. I really try to, anything I put out is because I genuinely believe it. And I honestly think that by doing that stuff will benefit you. I don't think it, but I also don't think that's the only way to be successful, you know? That's what's so important. Because like, obviously the people who find success with something are going to tell you that that's what you should do because it worked for them. What works for someone does not always work for another person. So I try and explain why I took the steps that I did, instead of just saying you should do this, you should do this. Like, well, you should focus on doing stuff like this, you know? But we'll see. We're on track to try and hit my goal for the year. The goal that I really want to hit is before Friday, October 3rd, hit 1,000 subs. That was my goal when I started YouTube, to like kind of prove to myself that like, hey, YouTube could actually become a thing if I can hit this goal. And we're so close. We're so close. We might actually be able to do it. I think the VShojo video is probably going to help a lot with that. I really hope the VTchaos is going to help with that. I feel like once I hit that YouTube partner, I can just stop thinking about subs completely and just not care anymore, and really just go ham on stuff I want to focus on. Because like, I try not to focus on subs because I honestly have no, like, you have no control over who subscribes to you or likes your video or even likes you, you know? That is something completely out of your control. So why focus on it? But the only reason why I want 1,000 subs is so I can get into the partner program. That is by no means my final goal. That's just like the first step. Because man, once I can actually start making some ad money, even if it's a tiny bit, that's like money I can start putting towards some of the big ideas I've got. Stuff like VTuber game show, like hiring someone to help me really make VTchaos a really awesome app. Because I'm sure, like, you know, if I found a really good programmer, like this is way down the road, and if VTchaos is something people really like, if I could afford to like pay someone a couple $100 to be like, hey, here's the code, fix it, make it look nice so that everyone can like just, you know, fix it up, that'd be awesome. Okay, this sounds really dumb, but I really want to do it. I have a whole plan for like the Raelice cinematic universe of just like within videos, because something I think is interesting, and I kind of been playing around with this in the last few videos, is I really like my human model is the face of the channel. Like that is he's the face, he's the one doing all the talking. But I really, really, really like the idea of having a bunch of other avatars, kind of like this cat, potentially getting one made of my other cat, a couple other models, that don't need to be like super well rigged or anything like that. They just kind of need to be there. And so whenever I'm discussing things, like they're the dudes acting it out in the background, you know, like they're not really the focus of the video, but they're just there to like do stuff. I think it's a fun idea. No one else has done that. Probably because it's hilariously expensive to even consider that, but it's cool. So stuff like that. I've got a whole bunch of other video ideas that I want to try, but oh, the two constraints are time and money, man. Time and money. Same constraints that everyone has. But we'll see. I'm excited to see what the end of the year brings. I do know that starting in December-ish, things will probably slow down again. But if we can hit our goal by October, I'm happy. Because I feel like we'll have done some really good stuff. I also want to start doing more stuff on the live channel. I want to, if I can find the time, I want to start doing some gaming content over there. Because at my core, I'm still a gamer. I still love doing games. But I also really love making the style of YouTube videos that I do now. I just want to have my cake and eat it too. Oh gosh. But hey, we're doing good as we are right now, and you know what? I'm happy. This week's actually been kind of crazy. I'm constantly reminded whenever I take like a week or 2 weeks off, what that does to you mentally. Like, I could have made this video last week, like the VTube or the Twitch versus YouTube video. I could have made that last week, but I didn't. And when I got to it this week, I was like supercharged. I've been so ready to just sit down and make stuff all week. It's kind of crazy. I mean, I'm essentially putting out 3 videos this week, which is more than I'm used to. You know, between the Twitch versus YouTube, VTchaos, and tomorrow, hopefully, I think I'll have it ready by tomorrow. If not tomorrow, Monday, the VShojo video. It's just crazy, you know? Taking a week off to recharge, so worth it, so necessary. And the best part is people are still there for you when you come back, you know? I didn't like totally disconnect. I've been really active on Discord, you know? Which, by the way, I gotta say, Discord community's been popping recently. I'm loving talking to you guys all the time. It was so dead in there for so long. Oh, it was just basically just me and Rando all the time. Oh, I love Rando. Great guy. I need more water. Good old water. Yeah, it's always better to be well rested and do good content. I think that one good video is worth 4 meaty, like 4 normal videos, you know? And, you know, statistics get, like, realistically, your stats will show that too. Like, one really awesome video puts the rest to shame. I mean, for crying out loud, let's take the VTube Studio video, right? That gets like 150 views a day right now. The top 5 videos do 150, like 150, 50, 20, 10, and then the rest are all below 10. Like, that one video is almost equal to everything past number 3 combined. That's like the power of one good video. Funnily enough, that's the video that I made after I took almost an entire month off. Because I was feeling bad, man. Back then, March freaking sucked. Oh, March was the hardest month for me content creation wise. Like that's the most I've ever been demotivated. Less than a third of my normal views, a tenth of my usual subscribers. People weren't even liking the videos that I was making. Like I was getting dislikes and stuff. Whew, that was a rough month, man. That was rough. But I knew I didn't want to quit. I just had to figure out a way to like, okay, what do I need to do? What can I do? My nose is getting clogged. Sorry. And I came back strong. So even when life gets you down, you gotta come back swinging. Oh, baby. All right, well. I think I'm going to push the live button on the video. I am so nervous about this video. Oh gosh, I'm so nervous. The last time I tried to make anything creative, the internet absolutely wrecked me. 20 hate comments immediately. Oh gosh. 20, yeah, that was bad. So I'm justifiably nervous, but I do think people are gonna enjoy this. I think it's gonna be fun. I at least hope that even if people only use it once, that the one stream they used it for was enjoyable, you know? So we'll see, we'll see. But I do think I'm gonna go ahead and end stream just a little early. So I can get everything ready and I'll be on Discord for when hopefully people filter in to ask questions about it and make sure it's all working. Thanks for hanging out with me. And here's hoping that you all enjoy the program. I'll make an announcement in Discord when it's live. And there'll my Twitter posts. Oh, actually, teaser video. That's what we'll do. That's what we'll do to end the stream. Okay, hold on. I made a teaser video. That's what we'll do. That's what we'll do. That's how we'll end it. I have a teaser. Media source. That is not the right source. No, don't play. Whoops. Okay. I want to play this one. Okay. Here we go. Here is the promo. I'm kind of happy with it. I tried to give it a retro vibe, but you guys will have to let me know what you think. Ever want more chaos in your stream? Introducing VTchaos, a YouTube chat program that scans your live stream chat for commands and sends them directly to VTube Studio. Things get out of hand pretty fast once chat takes control. It installs with just a few clicks of a button and is free to use for whoever wants it. There's a full-fledged tutorial for it up on my YouTube channel, and I hope you all enjoy. There you go. That's my teaser for it. I'm pretty happy with it. That's the video that's going to go live on Twitter in just a little bit, with the link to the actual video, which has everything. So that's my teaser. And yeah, like I said, as soon as I yeah, basically. Welcome, Brokagon. But yeah, that's the teaser for it. I'm going to go ahead, and as soon as this live stream's over, I'm going to push the go public button. I'll put an announcement in the Discord channels, and we'll see how it does. Thanks for the show. Hey, thank you for watching them. I appreciate it. But yeah. So we're gonna call it here. Like I said, the Twitter post is gonna go live in a half hour. Gonna post the video. And I really, really hope that anyone who wants to give the program a shot does. And I hope it just works for you and it's just everything you ever hoped. So we're gonna call it here. Thanks everyone for watching. And wherever you are in the world, I hope you have a good morning, afternoon, or evening. I'll see you all later.